Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the Friday intermediate session. I hope you're all well and that you've had a fabulous week. I must say, I had a particular good week starting off July. I'm a big fan of the beginning of a new month. I'm very good at ideas and plans and goals and all of those kinds of things that really excites me. It allows me to be really creative and kind of tap into that part of myself. And then kind of as the month goes along, I tend to stress out a little bit. So I hope you've all set some achievable and realistic and exciting goals for yourself. I mean, we're already on the third again, so time flies. So making every day counts, making every session counts, is really so important. Welcome everyone. Hi Belinda. Hello Siri. I hope you ladies are well and that you're going to do a bit of a stretch today. We are potentially finishing off kind of our hips week. But I know when I asked for requests yesterday, there were a few requests to do a second week of hips, so we shall see. There are a few kind of requests on the table, so I'll ponder about it on the weekend, and then on Monday 12:30 at the intermediate session, I'll announce what the theme will be for the week. So excited! Yay! So anyone who's on here, hi Jess. Anyone who's on here today, please, or if you watch this later, please send me your requests if there's something specific. I know we had releasing hip flexors, we had core from Paolo, I think it was, which I'm not convinced about, but I think it would actually be very good for me to do that. So I'll think about it. So we've got releasing of hip flexors, we've got twists, we've got core, we had balances, and then another week of hips. So many last week, of course, we did back bends, which was so delicious. I really enjoyed it. I feel like my upper back and my shoulders released so much from last week's sessions. So let me know what you guys feel your bodies need. Afternoon, everyone. So nice to have you all join. Today you're going to need your mats and then the cushion always close by for your flow sessions, just as an extra prop as a bit of support for your body, especially the knees when we are holding lunges and things like that. And then you'll need either a yoga strap if you have one. If you have those exercise bands, you can use that as well. Or otherwise, a towel works fine. You just need to be able to kind of loop it around a straight leg. That's kind of, so make it about two of your own legs lengths. All right. Cool. Hi, Roz. Happy Friday. It is a happy Friday. It is freezing here. Absolutely freezing. I was like almost in our fireplace yesterday because it was so cold. And then, of course, came to teach and then went straight back underneath the blankets. My cat Maggie, who I think a few of you have kind of met online through my posts and things, she's like lying a little ball in the sun. She's just like the cutest thing in the world. So when I get home, I'm a lying little ball in the sun. Happy Friday, everyone. Let me know how you're feeling. What are your July? Remember, I mentioned to you guys, beginning of July, I want you all to set a specific intention or mantra or affirmation for yourself that is just around your flow classes. So it's got nothing to do with the kilograms or the centimeters or the calories or any of those. That sticks with your HIIT sessions. That kind of sticks with your coaches and your nutrition. And then I want you to take something that's really, I wouldn't say deeper, to take away from any of those goals or those challenges in your life that you're busy working through currently, but something really close to you, simple language, something positive. I'd like you to write that on your calendar, on your Jeff calendar for this month, so that it's just something you keep coming back to each flow session, whether it's Through the month of July, I am calm, if it's calmness you need. Or through the month of July, I'm energized and dedicated. Or I create alone time for myself daily. Whatever it is that you need from a deep self-care place. That's what your intention, your mantra, your affirmation needs to be around. So I'd love for you guys to tag me in that, share that if you feel comfortable to. I think you'll notice that it's probably a lot of people feeling the same way, needing the same things. I think we see that very clearly from this platform, that no one is alone. You're definitely not alone in these challenges, whether it be physical, mental, emotional. There's definitely a large community here who could stand by you. So yeah, welcome everyone. Hi, Michael. Roz, I just love having you in these sessions. I am strong. Strong is the new skinny, right? And I am strong on all levels. I'm strong physically, I'm strong mentally, I'm strong emotionally. My energy is running strong, authentic, and true to myself. That's beautiful, Roz. I really, really, really love that. And that's something that you can write down. It's something you can say to yourself every day when you wake up with a smile on your face, with a kindness in your heart, so that it doesn't come from a place of ego or judgment. And it's not about reaching that goal, it's just about being. Hi, Sandine. Welcome. Lovely to have you here. I hope you're joining in for the practice. We've got about 2 more minutes to go, guys. So let's see if anyone else joins to do the live session. I know, especially these lunch classes, a lot of people have been watching it back, as Belinda says. So if you can't make it, make the time to do it even when it's not live. Like I said, you guys need to be doing minimum 2 sessions a week to be feeling and seeing a difference from your flow, right? So it's the same as your high intensity, it's the same as your eating, right? So what is it? What's Jono's golden rule? 5.5 days, 6.5 days of clean eating. I mean, I had like donuts for lunch yesterday and a croissant for breakfast, so I can't really speak about that. But I do know that I get on my mat and I do my yoga practice every day. So I'll clean up on the eating and you guys dedicate to the flow, and then we meet each other halfway. How does that sound? All right, cool, everyone. So, like I said just now, you'll need your mats. You'll need a cushion. Can always be nearby for your flows, and then either a yoga strap or then a towel. And if you've got those kind of gym bands, those rubber bands, you could use that as well. You'll see now when we start kind of why you'll need it. And other deal. All right, Sandine, you and I are gonna watch each other. I'll give you snack breakdowns, and I want to see your name on all the flows. Okay, so we can all be accountability partners all the way. One of the beautiful things of Jeff. All right, guys. So I think let's get started. And yeah, welcome. Enjoy the practice. So we will start on our backs. You can place your cushion to the side and then just make sure that your strap or your towel is quite close by. And then you can bring yourself all the way to lie down and draw your knees to your chest so your feet can be quite soft. And then you just want to lie your whole spine down, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And again, a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And last one here, deep breath in. And deep breath out. And then just lying here with your eyes closed, fully supported by the floor underneath you. I'd like you to repeat that affirmation to yourself 3 times, either aloud or silently. And as you do so, take the deepest breath you've taken today. So nice. And then when you're done, open your eyes. Right hand is on right knee, left hand's on left knee. Feet and ankles are pretty soft, but you can start to stretch through your toes. And then you'll squeeze your knees a little closer to your chest. Feel your tailbone curl up. And then split your knees out to the side. Soft belly as you rock the pelvis forward. Take the knees away from you. Maybe your lower back lifts. Bring the inner knees to touch. And then roll all the way back. Okay, so do 2 more like that. Tailbone lifts. Knees out to the side. Soft belly rocks the pelvis forward, knees apart. And then inner knees to touch. Knees to chest, tailbone curls. Knees apart. Soft belly, tilt your pelvis. And knees together. Nice. And knees back to touch. All right. Keep your knees towards your chest. Now release your hands and kind of bring your thumbs in underneath the fleshy part of your buttock. So you'll feel that this kind of helps you to keep your whole spine grounded, okay? So draw your abdominals down towards the floor. Activate your feet. And now we're going to do the same thing, but this time our pelvis is not going to rock. So nothing's going to move except for the legs. So squeeze your legs to chest. Separate them. Take them forward as far as you can without letting the lower back lift. Draw inner knees to touch. And then squeeze knees back. Nice. 2 more like that. Remember, lower back is not lifting. Just getting a gentle activation through the core, and at the same time, just releasing a little around the hips. Nice. Squeeze knees to chest. Release the hands. Bring the hands up and back behind your head. Interlace your fingers and curl your elbows up towards the ceiling. Curl head, neck, and shoulders off the floor. Have a look at your belly. Draw it down, draw it flat. And then keeping your heels to your buttocks, bring your thighs vertical. Lift yourself a little higher. Draw your belly down. And then take your toes as far as you can go without letting the lower belly lift. So almost like your toes are just going to touch the floor, but I'm drawing my abdominals down to the floor. And then squeeze in, hug, knees to elbows. Okay, relax your head and your hands. Keep your left knee to your chest. Extend your right leg forward. And again, ground the whole mid-spine. Draw your right knee to chest. Don't hold your breath. Extend your left leg forward. Lift a little higher. Draw your belly down. And then draw your left leg in. Release your head down. Bring your hands to your knees. Nice. Same as our first variation, soft feet, soft belly. Let your knees this time though stay together. As you allow them to move forward, you can let the lower back lift. Separate the knees as far as is comfortable. And then squeeze them towards your armpits. Let the tailbone curl up. Bring them back into touch. A nice little belly massage this. 2 more like that. Soft belly so the pelvis kind of rocks around. And you can take the legs out to the side as far as you can. All the way into the armpits. Curl your tailbone up. Squeeze your knees together. And last one here, knees away, separate them, draw them into armpits, and hug knees in together. Nice. We're going to take our strap or your towel, extend both legs up now, strap your feet, and curl your toes towards your shins. So now our activation in the abdominals again, you want the whole spine flat on the floor. Keep your left foot in the strap, release your right foot down. At first, just bend that knee. Watch for this left side body shortening. Try keep that left hip rolling down. And then extend your right leg forward. Okay, strong straight right leg. Getting a nice opening the front of that right thigh. And then you can gently draw that left leg a little closer. Don't worry, we're not going to our deepest here. Maybe a little past vertical. Put your strap in your left hand. Then externally rotate your toes to the left. Place your right hand on your right hip to try and keep your right hip nice and heavy. And then open that left leg as far as you can go. Remember, again, it doesn't have to be a full opening in this first round. My toes are curling down towards the floor and I'm just opening inner groin. Should feel quite nice. And my right leg is really stable. Bring yourself all the way back up. Switch the strap into your right hand. Take your left thumb and hook it into your left thigh, kind of this crease of your left thigh. And keep your left buttock on the floor, but just take your left leg across your midline. So I'm not twisting. I'm stretching this whole outer line of the left leg. And then we'll open our left arm. Palm can be down or up. And then you'll take that all the way into a twist. Okay, so then here, perhaps you can reach for that left foot. Again, you want to try and roll this left hip down. So I like to kind of get into my own body and use my hands to kind of aid me in moving into the shapes. And just take 2 more breaths here. Nice. Come all the way up. Readjust on your mat as you must. Double legs, extending up. All right, we'll keep right leg in the strap now. Extend your left leg forward. Active left leg, right foot towards your face. And I remember this practice is kind of like a all-round practice, okay? So we try and get everywhere into our body, but we are focusing a little more around the hips and the pelvis. So I'd like you to bring your awareness to that area as you move through the shapes today. And you just explore your own body. So just explore the feeling of the outer hips and the inner groins, and the glutes and the hamstrings, the middle back, the lower back, that whole kind of general area around here, right? So our pelvis, that's the safekeeper or the house, the housing of our intestines, our reproductive organs, and so much more. Externally rotate your right foot now, well actually your whole right leg, and then take that leg out to the side, keeping left hand to left hip, and then just open up. You have to go to your furthest here. This left buttock is most likely going to lift a little bit, that's fine. You can even have a little look, curling that right sit bone down towards left. Beautiful, come all the way up. Switch strap into left hand, right thumb into the crease of your right hip. Keep your right buttock grounded and let your right leg cross its midline. So again, you're not in your twist yet. You're still trying to keep the whole back on the floor and you're just crossing over your midline with a strong, straight right leg. And then you'll twist. So right arm out to the side, and you can take yourself across. And just reaching over to the left. Again, you're pulling this right hip down. Start to deepen your breath a little more. Nice, and then you'll come all the way up. Take double legs for a moment. Just get a nice stretch out. And then bend the knees, remove the strap. Cross at the ankles. Notice if it's the same kind of habitual cross you always do. Switch. And then you can rock forward. Come up over your knees and take a downward facing dog. So step yourself back. Hands are shoulder distance apart. And then you can kind of just bend and stretch into the knees. Allow the head to settle down. And then you'll find your stillness. Shimmy your feet back slightly. And then start to lift your heels, rock onto the balls of your feet. Stretch out the neck of each toe, take a high plank. From here, look forward. Hanging cobra, allow your hips to lower. Micro bend the elbows, curl the ears back. And then abdominals draw you up and back, downward dog. Okay, looking forward, just walk yourself to the midline of your mat. And then you're simply going to change direction so that you're kind of on the length of your mat. Heel toe your feet apart to come to sit in Malasana squat. Bring your hands out in front of you. And then you're going to interlace your fingers. Bring the tops of your hands onto your head. Okay, so a nice little digestive exercise this. Also, nice strengthening around the hips and a nice kind of releasing around the hips at the same time. So we're going to press into our feet, work with me. Come all the way up. Straighten your arms, lift your heels. Inhale. Exhale, sit yourself back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sit. One more like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sit. Nice, release your hands. And then we'll move into twisted squat. So let's move over to our left first. You're going to bring your left hand behind you. Inner right knee and inner right ankle lowers. If you like, and you can, you could even bring your buttocks to the floor, hooking your right elbow on the outside of your left thigh, and then you'll twist to look over your left shoulder. Right, both my feet are active. So nice, this twist. Plus that little massage in the belly for our digestive work. So if you've eaten before practice, this is not going to feel great. So if you can, rather not eat at least a half an hour before class. Look forward and simply travel to the other side. Right hand behind you. If you can, your buttocks low. I'm flexing that left ankle. I'm hooking across and I'm taking the twist in my spine, looking over to my right. And my breath is nice and deep. And then I'll look forward. Unravel myself back into my squats. Interlace your fingers again. We change our interlace from that first round. 3 rounds, hands on top of the head. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit. Last one. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sit. Nice. Release the hands. Raise the buttocks. Prasarita, so wide legs. Quite a bit wider than hip distance. Toes turn forward. Heels are slightly out. I'm really waking up the front of my legs so my back line can release. I'm tilting my pelvis forward and I'm allowing my spine to drip down nice and heavy. You can take a little shake of the head, yes and no, and deepen those breaths. We'll come into a halfway lift. Alright, so taking like a pyramid pose variation to our right. You're going to walk to your right, spin your right toes out so that that foot is parallel to the long edge of your mat. And then spin your left heel up so that you square off your pelvis. So it's really long. I really love this shape. So maybe that's where you stay and you go, whew, I can feel that. Remember, you're not locking out in this front knee. Or you can walk your hands a little further forward and take a bow down. I'm really lifting my back heel, trying to keep a level pelvis. Anjayasana lunge, so look forward, lower your back knee down, so it's quite a long lunge, adjust as you must, cushion if you need, press into your front foot, reach your arms up, squeeze that left glute so that your left hip rolls forward, and bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, roll your shoulder caps back, slide your hands down that back thigh, and maybe curl the ears back. Nice, neutral spine. Release your hands forward. Untuck your back toes, and it's like a half Hanuman variation. As you take your hips up and back, slide yourself back to bring your left heel to your left buttock. Sink your right hip slightly down. Pull the pinky side of this right foot back, and again, maybe this is where you stay, or the fingertips reach forward and you bow down. Soften around your shoulders, so roll your outer shoulders down. So you're relaxing the part between the inner shoulders and the neck. And then looking forward, we move into baby Hanuman. So lifting up, slide that left shin in, draw both arms up, inhale, and then twist to your right, so right fingertips behind you, and just looking over, sink your right hip slightly down, maybe you twist a little further. We'll look forward. Bring your hands forward for standing split. So you're going to press into your front leg, raise your back leg up and back. Hip line level at first, so you're just kind of adjusting this feeling of being upside down. And then because we're playing with hips, we're going to do an open hip. So notice how when you open your hip, how much deeper potentially you could go. Curl your left heel to your buttocks. And then from here, really start to pull that left knee up to the ceiling at the same time behind you. Stay here. If this is kind of where you want to stay today, you could bend your right knee for balance. Or take hold of your left ankle and then use the leg to kick back to open your chest. And once you found that opening, then maybe straightening out your standing legs. Such a nice pose. All right, let's all bend everything. From here, bring that left hand down. Tuck your belly in and round your back a little to bring your pelvis back level. Flex into your left foot. And like a pistol squat, take that left foot through and come to sit. Try and be nice and balanced on both sit bones. Draw your arms up. And take a twist to your right again. So right fingertips behind you. Left arm can come pinch you to the inside of this right thigh. Or without crossing your midline with the right thigh. So keep pressing in your right foot. You could take the elbow to the outside. Twist a little deeper. Active left leg. Let's look forward and unravel. So we're going to reverse that. Okay, so a little bit of core connection. And we're going to move back into our standing split. So with a little bit of momentum, you can take yourself forward all the way up. Standing splits. Keep your hip line level. Step back into your long lunge. Okay. And then we'll lower your left knee. Prepare front leg for runners. So take your right leg out to the side. Right toes turn slightly out. Again, opportunity here to have your cushion underneath your knee. And then from here, placing your left hand down to the floor. Curl your left heel to your buttock and reach your right hand back for the outside of that ankle. And then you're kind of just going to lean back, kick a little bit into that foot. So you're kind of opening up the right side of your chest. Okay, keep that heel up, but bring your right hand back. Take your left hand to your left ankle. And then squeeze your heel to your buttocks leaning forward. Beautiful. Slowly release. Raise your back knee up. Bring yourself back into Prasarita. Take a halfway lift. And then hands could slide down the legs. Maybe go to the heels and bring yourself all the way down. Firm in the front of the legs. Relax through the face. Halfway lift. We take that pyramid variation to the other side. So left toes turn out to bring that foot parallel to the long edge of your mat. Walk yourself across. Right heel swivels up so that my feet are on parallel track. So that feels a little long for me on this side. All right. Then again, maybe this is where you stay, just here softening. Or you can take yourself a little further forward. Watch for locking out that front knee. So I here with this left leg, with my left knee, I really have to firm around my knee joint, like a little micro bend to make sure I'm not overstretching that connection between my calf muscle in the back of my knee and my hamstring in the back of my knee. So I can really feel it. Draw the breath in and out. Nice. Anjayasana, so look forward. Ground that back knee down. Keep your toes tucked under. Press firmly into front foot. Draw the arms up. And roll your right hip forward. Bring your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Change from that previous round. And then roll shoulder caps back. Take the hands down the thigh. And take a stretch in the front of that right thigh. Alright, so let's come forward with the hands. Half Hanuman, untuck your toes. Lift your hips up and back. And then sit your buttocks down to your right heel. Curl your left toes back. Reach your arms forward. Tuck your chin. Sink that left hip slightly down. And soften the head. Look forward. Bring yourself forward into your baby Hanuman as you draw your knee in. Both arms to reach up. And then take your twist to your left. Sinking your left hip down to try and be level to right. Taking the twist over that left shoulder. And deepening your breath. Stay in your body, stay in the practice. And then the gaze will come forward, unravel. Okay, again, it's our standing split with level hips. So, hands forward, press into your left foot. Raise your right leg up and back. At first, it's a level hip line, right? Waking up that right glute slightly. And then from there, opening up the hips and seeing if you can sink your head down a little further. Let's all point our toes, squeeze your right heel to buttock and draw that right leg back. Again, maybe this is where you stay, or I like to take a little bend to draw that right leg back and open my chest. And once I found that, I straighten out my standing leg and I really kick back. Bend everything. Release your right hand. Bring it down. Hollow your belly in round to draw right knee into chest. Flex your right foot. Take it all the way through. Bring yourself to sit. Ground an active right leg here. As again you lift up, take your twist, and if you did so on the other side, you'll hook across, but press firm into your left foot so that you're not crossing your midline with your left leg. Strong twist this. Really helps to stimulate our nervous system. Let's stay at least 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. Look forward, unravel. Okay, so it's that movement back to our standing splits. So you could use your hands if you need. Take that foot back, lift up. And then step yourself all the way back for your lunge. Lower your right knee down. Pad if you need. Runner's lunge shape with your left foot so that the leg moves up. Technology. So that left foot moves out to the side. Then place your right hand down. Squeeze your right heel to your right buttocks. Take a big loop with that left arm, bring it around, reach for your outer right ankle, and then almost lean back. Oh, so nice. Opening through the hips, softening your right ear down potentially. And just relaxing into that. Let's keep our right heel to buttock. Bring your left hand down, and this time bring your right hand to your heel or to your leg. My right thighs are much tighter than my left, so I'm going to squeeze that heel in. I'm going to look forward. I'm going to deepen my breath. Take 2 more full breaths. Nice. Slowly release. Raise your back knee up. Let's come back into Prasarita. So feet in line with one another. Bring yourself all the way up to stand. And take your arms out to the side. So you're either going to take reverse namaskar, right? Which is reverse prayer. It's the internal rotation, bringing the hands up and finding that prayer shape behind your back. Okay, if you find that challenging, you're going to hold onto your upper elbows. Feet facing forward, heels slightly out. Wake up the front of the legs. And then start to tip your pelvis forward, 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 forward. Go as far as you can, and then allow the head to soften. 3 full breaths. Enjoy being upside down. Shift of perspective. Flipping your reality. Come all the way up. Release the arms. Take eagle arms, left under right, hooking either around the wrist or the thumb or the palm. Lift the elbows, take the forearms away from you. And then just look over to your left. So just kind of pull that right shoulder across. That right hip will dip forward a little bit. And come back to center. And look over to your right. Nice. And come back to center. Release your arms. Either move back into your reverse namaskar or bring your arms back into that position, but change the arm that was on top now. And move back into your forward fold. Find your forward fold. 3 full breaths. You'll bring yourself all the way up. Release the arms. It's right under left now, if I'm correct. Lifting the elbows up, taking the hands away from you. Lifting the elbows up, taking the hands away from you. And then just look over to your right. Take a little stretch there. And come back through center. And over to your left. Nice. And back through center. And release the arms. Reach all the way up. And then move back into a forward fold. Take a halfway lift. Okay, so we're going to move into like this little frog shape. So coming down onto your knees. Bringing your shins parallel to the shortage of your mat. And your feet pointing outwards. You can try and go down as deep as you can, but keeping those shins firm to the floor. You can come down to your forearms and trying to keep your hips in line with your knees, right? So I'll show you from the side. Knees are nice and wide, shins are parallel, toes are turned out. You might not go very deep, okay, but I'm not trying to lean forward. My buttocks are all the way back. I'm trying to kind of keep my hips in line with my knees. And then just opening into inner groins. Tough one, this. Stay in it. And feel what it feels like if you move slightly back and forward. So much going on in this area. Nice. Okay. Then pressing a little firmer into your forearms, bring your knees a little closer and bring your big toes to touch. Sit back into a wide knee child's pose. Hands move up and over, shark fin to bring the thumbs to the upper back. And release your arms forward. Just change position just to show you where we're going. From here, bringing yourself up. Extend your right leg out to the side. Slide your left foot forward so that your left heel is in line with your center line, kind of in line with your pubic bone. You're going to place your right hand either on your right shin or down to the inside. Roll your left rib cage open, soften your right ear, and draw that left arm up. And then 3 full circles, drawing it up, over, down, round, back behind you, up, over and down, around, back behind you, and one more, up, over and down. Nice. Reach it up. And then keeping your right ear heavy, start to draw that hand down to the height of your shoulder. Take it slightly back behind you. And let it become sort of heavier until it brings you all the way up to sit. Switch legs. Left leg extends. Right heel in line of pubic bone. Left hand either on left thigh or to the floor. Right rib cage to roll open. Right arm up. Left ear softens. Active left leg. Top arm moves up, over, forward, down, and all the way back and around. 2 more like that. Remember, full deep breaths. Okay, arm reaches up, left ear stays heavy, right hand starts to move back down, move it back behind you slightly, and then super slowly it'll become heavy until it brings you all the way up to sit. Let's move butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together, hands around the toes. Encourage your knees down and take a forward fold. Come all the way up. And then find a seated happy baby. So we're going to take our outer blade of our right foot in our right hand. So we've done some nice hip opening, try and get that knee all the way in. Find your balance. Take both legs, right? Sit up through the chest. Nice. And then if you can, we've opened back line. So you're going to straighten out the legs, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Nice. Hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Come back to your happy baby. And then cross the legs, either a half or full lotus with the left leg to cross first, or an easy cross-legged seat. Reach both arms up, take a full breath in, and then take a forward fold over the legs. And let go of any thoughts, of any stress, strain, or tension. And then you'll come up and you'll switch. Arms to reach up first, and then to take a forward fold. And bring yourself up. And then we'll prepare for our final resting pose, our Shavasana. So you've got your cushion. You can bring yourself to lie down. Nice and symmetrical. Arms out to the sides. Feet flopping out. Close your eyes. And just let the whole body be heavy. Make yourself super comfy. Take a deep breath in through the nose and then hold your breath. Hold as long as you can. And when you need to exhale, it's out through the mouth. Do 2 more just like that. Inhaling through the nose. And hold this fullness of the breath as if it's the fullness and maybe the busyness or the saturatedness of your life or your day right now or your mind. And when you exhale, let all of that out. And 1 more like that. Let this breath be light now. Let it feed you, bring you lightness and energy. And when you exhale, feel grounded, calm. And bring your awareness to your breath. see your physical body lying on the floor. Acknowledge the space that you're in. You can gently bend the knees and ground the feet. Slowly lift the buttocks for a moment and then just lower your spine back down. Draw both knees into chest, hands to knees. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then raise your right arm up overhead. Roll onto your right side and press yourself up into a seat. You could bring your hands onto your heart if you like. Closing your eyes. And bring your affirmation into your awareness. And may we take what we learn on our mats into the rest of our life. For that is the practice of yoga. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Keep warm. If you're driving, drive safe. If you haven't done at least 2 flows this week, you better flow this weekend. You got 5 hip classes to choose from or to redo this weekend before we move into the new week with potentially a new theme. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. I see Lisa popped in here. Such a pleasure, everyone. And yeah, I hope that if you haven't signed up for the membership yet, that you sign up in July. So many extra benefits for that 200 Rand a month. You get added to the WhatsApp groups. You get more information for the cooking with Coach Adrian. You get the guided runs. And of course, you're supporting us in trying to offer you guys as much as we can, best quality only, and just to keep this community going. Lots of one-on-ones happening. I'm kind of always having people pop in here going, oh, I just walked into this straight after a one-on-one. Great way to set off your July, or perhaps you book a coach and your goal is to start from next week or even next month. One-on-one coaching is definitely a way to up level what you're doing right now. Guys, please feel free. Pleasure, Belinda. Pleasure, Sandine. You and I are going to watch each other. One-on-ones, great. And I want you guys to really, speak to me about the flow, speak to me about the poses. I see here, Lisa says, lovely class, some new poses for me. Some were really good and some a bit of a challenge. Thank you. Such a pleasure, Lisa. Exactly, guys. So these classes are, it's so great when you know the poses because then you go deeper in them. Then when you learn new poses, it's like these new neural connections, these new neural pathways that you get to form with yourself, that you get to form with your body. And then you look back and you go, why? I don't understand how that was ever a challenge, because then you're in your connection. And that's one of the things that's so beautiful about this practice, is it really just connects you to yourself. For me personally, on a level that not much else can. But yeah, guys, please get in touch with me if you have any questions. Send me your requests. You can tag me over the weekend. I want to see those affirmations. I want to see those mantras, and those intentions on your calendars that are flow related, that have nothing to do with your kilograms, your calories, or your sizes. Completely different spectrum. It's how are you doing some deep self-care, some deep self-nurture, and some deep healing for yourself, your body, your mind, your spirit, potentially. All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining. It's really, every week just gets better. I'm enjoying myself tremendously, loving teaching these classes, loving the community. And I wish you all such a beautiful weekend. And then I will see you all on Monday, 12:30, intermediate session. Yeah, be safe, keep warm. Bye.